Hey, it's Carl Kwan here. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how a 37-year-old fish movie is going to teach us some really valuable presentation lessons. So what 37-year-old movie am I talking about? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned to find out. So what is this fantastic movie that I'm talking about? Well, this movie has suspense, it has mystery, it has hidden danger, there's life and death situations, all the makings of a great movie, of course. So, have you figured it out? Well, I'm going to give you another clue, but in just a second. So why am I doing all this, right? Well, you see, the human brain, we love curiosity. We love to fill in the blanks of something. If there's information missing, we want to fill in the blanks. And when you do that, like I said, you create curiosity. And so when you create curiosity, people pay attention. So wouldn't that be great for your presentations, right? You want to know how we can do this kind of thing, how we can create attention, how we can create curiosity by using these gaps of information. So I'm going to talk about that particular movie, right? So what movie is it? Okay, see if you can guess. Okay, that was horrible. I'll never do that again. But the movie is, of course, Jaws, the 1975 classic by Steven Spielberg that is a great way to learn how to build curiosity for our presentations. And what I want to do is I want to talk about a 5-step process that we can learn to use for our presentations from the movie Jaws. Step 1. What we're going to do is we're going to set up what's going to happen. Now, everybody knows when they go to the movie theater or they, download the movie now, that there's a shark in the movie. And the same thing, they know what your presentation topic is going to be. But it's still a really good idea to set things up by telling people what you're going to do, what they are going to learn, or maybe what they are going to get. Step 2. Here, questions are being asked. In the movie, people are dying. We don't know how, we don't know why. So there's questions from other people in the movie, right? How are people dying? Why are they getting killed? Is it safe to go in the water? It's a huge problem that people want to get solved, right? And the same thing in a presentation. People want that kind of problem to be solved, but you have to pose the problem to them by asking a question. So you're going to ask them, how something, why is something, but it's got to be something where the answer is not easy, or it's not an easy answer for them to figure out. Otherwise, they don't really need to listen to what you're going to say because they're going to know the answer already. Step 3. All right, now this is all about the struggle, the problem, the fight against the shark, because now people know that there's a shark in the water. They can't stop it. They don't know what to do. More people are dying all the time. And same thing in your presentation. What you can do is talk about the consequences. Talk about what's going to happen if this isn't going to be solved. So you can say something like, here's what's happening right now. Or you can say, here's what's going to happen. What you want to do though is you want to make sure that it is relevant to your audience. You can't just talk about something that's a consequence that the audience isn't going to care about. So make sure that your consequence, the struggle, is going to be relevant for your audience. Step 4. All right, now here we come to the part where the hero finally overcomes and kills the shark. But what happens is that he doesn't kill the shark in a way that we think he's going to kill the shark. He kills the shark using a very creative and kind of unexpected way. And what that does is it keeps the audience's attention, because we want to know, well, how is he going to kill the shark? He can't just shoot it, he can't just stab it. He had to figure out something sort of unique and different to solve this problem, to kill the shark. So in your presentation, that's what you're going to do as well. You're going to present your solution or your answer or whatever, but hopefully you can make it something that is unexpected, that is unique, that people don't really, didn't really think they could do in order to solve this problem. Just like what I'm doing right now, I'm talking about how we can use the movie Jaws to learn about giving a good presentation. And just the same, you want to give steps. So I'm giving 5 steps. And you also want to talk about the benefits of those steps. If they do this, what's going to happen? So as I'm saying, you're building some curiosity, you're giving interest, you're keeping their attention. So those are the main benefits. So make sure you talk about those things as well. Step 5. All right, now this is the end of the movie. Here at the end, the hero is loved, he's happy, everybody else is happy, everything's okay now, they're all relieved. If this was a presentation, then what you want to do is you want to tell the audience that, hey, you've now reached the goal that I explained that we're going to get to when we started this whole thing. And you want to tell them what the situation will be for them from now on, and also what can happen if they apply what you've taught them or that you've talked about. So you also want to make sure that you give them a good, clear call to action. You want to say, the first thing you should do when you leave here today is. You want to do something like that, where you give them some clear direction so they know what to do after they've, finished listening to your presentation. Okay, so that was my 5-step process for great presentations and for building curiosity based on a 37-year-old movie about a fish. Of course, the movie was Jaws, and what I talked about was, in step number 1, I said you should set up what's going to happen. And you want to explain what you're going to do and where they're going to go in your presentation, okay? Step number 2, I talked about asking a question. You want to give some sort of, reason why they should be listening to you. So you want to say, well, how can this be done? Why is something like this? In step number 3, I talked about the struggle of the hero in the movie. And the same thing in your presentation. Talk about the consequences, talk about what's going to happen if they don't have this situation resolved. Then in step number 4, I talked about the victory, right? Talked about the solution and how important it is to give something unexpected and also to list some steps as well. Then in step number 5, I talked about the end, right? How you're now going to say, okay, we've reached our goal. I told you that we're going to do this, and now we've done it. And then give them a call to action. There you go, that's it. Everything you need to know about how a 37-year-old movie about a fish can help your presentations. So if you have any questions or comments, make sure that you leave them in the comments section below, or you can also use the contact page and send us a message that way too. If you like this video, be sure to, tell people about it on Facebook, like it, tweet it out there, share it with your friends, family, and neighbors. I'm sure everyone will absolutely love it. Thank you very much once again for watching, and talk to you again very soon.